Olá, eu sou o Carlos Mello e a TV Shopping está aqui no 10º Congresso Internacional de Shopping Center, trazendo as melhores informações e os maiores conhecimentos para você que está assistindo a gente. Eu vou conversar agora com Jonathan Riches. Ele é diretor de pesquisa de empresas de varejo na Europa. Hello, Jonathan. How are you?
Hi, Carlos. I'm great, thank you.
Nice to have you here at TV Shopping.
It's an honor to be here.
I was just introducing yourself and I said that you are a research director for the retailing industry in Europe. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I work with CBRE's offices across Europe, Middle East and Africa to understand more about the trends and the growth of international retail.
Exatamente isso que o Jonathan faz. Ele trabalha numa empresa na Europa para entender melhor as tendências do varejo na Europa, na África, no Oriente Médio e agora aqui também no Brasil. Vou perguntar isso para ele. Do you also study and research the retail industry in South America and Latin America?
Well, you wouldn't have thought so, but what we're finding now as a trend is that 2/3 of the world's top international retailers are based in Europe. And they're starting to look for opportunities outside. So they look at Asia, they look at Latin America, and that's what's brought me here today.
Exatamente o que nós já falamos aqui na TV Shopping, o Jonathan está confirmando. Ou seja, eles estão buscando, os investidores europeus, as indústrias de varejo da Europa, eles estão buscando novas oportunidades. Como sempre, entra a Ásia e a América do Sul como oportunidades de investimento. Talking about new investment opportunities, what have you seen so far here in Brazil?
Well, I haven't had much of a chance to shop around yet. This is for the leisure time after the conference. But what I have heard from retailers that have already been here is that they're expecting an emerging market with a very backwards form of retail, like you might expect in Bangladesh, Southeast Asia, and they're amazed when they come here because they find that the real estate is very mature, the quality is very modern, it's exactly the sort of place that they want to trade.
Seguindo a linha de raciocínio dos grandes investidores que vêm aqui para o Brasil, o Jonathan está me contando que cada vez que eles conhecem o mercado brasileiro, eles se animam com a estrutura que a gente tem na área imobiliária, na área de investimento e de construção de novos prédios, de novos negócios. Portanto, isso é muito positivo. Jonathan, what could you tell us about the new trends for the future?
Trends globally for
Globally
retail?
speaking, yes.
Well, in terms of where retailers are looking, as I've said, 2/3 of the international retailers are based in Europe. So the first place to naturally look is the emerging markets of Europe. So that means places such as Ukraine and Russia, where they're searching for places that are not just close geographically, but they're also close culturally. These are people that love fashion. Then beyond that, they look for places that are convenient logistically. So that means that many of them manufacture in Asia and Southeast Asia. So they naturally want to look for retail opportunities there as well.
A indústria de varejo, em primeiro lugar, está buscando para seus parceiros, parceiros culturais, ou seja, que tenham a mesma tendência cultural que essas indústrias já têm. O Jonathan reafirmou pela segunda vez que 2/3 das empresas de varejo no mundo estão baseadas na Europa. O segundo ponto muito importante é a parte logística, estar perto, estar fácil, não só da produção, como da venda, como também do gerenciamento dos seus negócios. All right, you were saying?
Yes, so they're looking in Southeast Asia, for example, but also we find now that they see the proportion of international retailers that are trading in somewhere like China is huge. Over 1 in 3 of the big international retailers now have at least some presence in China. Now, as an organisation, we're always asked, you know, is China, everyone's been there, done that, is this true? And of course the answer is no, it's a huge market out there. But the retailers are constantly looking for the newest opportunity and they want to go to places where their competitors are not. So they start to look at places like Brazil, where although we see a large number of international retailers trading in the malls here, it's nowhere near as high as we'd see in somewhere like Spain or in China.
O Jonathan estava contando para a gente que o principal objetivo da indústria de varejo da Europa, novas oportunidades. É isso que eles estão buscando, saindo de um mercado mais maduro, indo atrás de investimentos que possam dar o retorno planejado e aumentar com isso a capacidade que eles têm. Nós ainda não estamos num ponto como a Espanha, por exemplo, que ele estava contando pelo número de operações de varejo, mas que estamos chegando lá. Agora eu vou perguntar para o Jonathan como é que funciona a história do varejo ligada à história de shopping center. Jonathan, how is the history of the retailing business associated with shopping centers. We can notice in Europe, for example, that you have a lot of street market, street shops, a lieu of shopping center shops. So how does it work in Europe, the association with retailing business and shopping center business?
Well, it's difficult to generalise. Now, of course, I can answer that from a personal perspective and look at the growth I've seen in the UK. I grew up in London where there were very few shopping centres, and this is still relatively the case compared to the rest of the UK, especially what we think of as a shopping centre here, a place that you can drive to out of town. Then when I was older, I moved north to other parts of England where you have this type of shopping mall, and these are developing and growing at a rapid rate still, even in a mature economy like the UK.
O Jonathan nasceu em Londres, então ele estava me contando que, por exemplo, em Londres você não vê tantos shopping centers do tipo que nós estamos acostumados. Depois, quando ele cresceu, ele foi para o norte da Inglaterra. No norte da Inglaterra ele já teve um pouquinho mais de contato com esse formato, com esse tipo de negócio, ou seja, um shopping center mais tradicional. And then, how do you invest the retail business? How do you put together the retail business into the commercial centers, the traditional shopping malls that we know, that we are familiar with?
What is the process? Well, if you're a shopping centre owner, then what you want to do is maximise the overall attractiveness of the centre and maximise ultimately the revenue that you're getting from the tenants. But it's not as simple as just saying, well, jewellery retailers pay the highest rents, so let's just have a shopping centre full of jewellery, jewellery, jewellery. Instead, you want to have a combination, so asset management is quite a detailed strategy, and it's one that there are many researchers working on today.
And from the other point of view, the point of view of the retailer, what makes the retailer make the decision for the street market, the street shops, or the shopping centers?
Well, if it's a retailer that doesn't know the market well, what they want to do is go to a place where they're comfortable, where they know that there are other retailers like themselves who are trading. So I can see where this question is going and what is happening in emerging markets. Well, ultimately, retailers look at some of the streets, and in some countries there are very strong street markets, very strong high streets of retail. But in other cases, this isn't always so, and so the retailers are looking for the best other retailers to be close by, and what they see is this is true in the shopping centres. You've got this critical mass and you have this comfort in being alongside other retailers. Not too many, you don't want too much competition, but you also don't want to have this huge risk associated with going somewhere where there is very little established retail.
No começo dessa pergunta, o Jonathan estava me contando como que os donos de shopping center fazem para atrair a parte de varejo. Mas eu perguntei o reverso para ele. Como que um varejista toma a decisão de ir para um shopping center ou ficar numa loja de rua? Ele estava me contando que na Europa isso é muito associado com o risco que você quer tomar quando você chega no mercado novo. Se você não tem consciência absoluta de que aquela rua na Europa é a rua certa para você expor o seu produto, então eles procuram normalmente um shopping center onde você pode diminuir o seu risco de operação e principalmente observar se outras empresas de varejo também escolheram aquele shopping center. Ele reforçou que você não quer ficar muito perto da sua competição, ou seja, da sua concorrência, mas que é sempre bom para você diminuir o seu risco e ter um pouco mais de sucesso. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for being here with us today, Jonathan. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Carlos. It's been a pleasure.
See you.